What's up, everybody? This is Odie Knight, and this is my first Dragon Ball movie that I'm going to put on my YouTube channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie and not so much do a review, but just talk to different points in the movie that I found super interesting, and I wanted to share them with you and see if you had ideas, maybe some different ideas. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get into it. All right, so I grew up watching Dragon Ball as a kid back in the 90s. It's huge for me. I grew up in Washington State, and it would get dark so early there that I just like get off of school, do or not do my homework, and then jump on for the Toonami lineup: Sailor Moon, Gundam, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z would always come on. And it was always so hyped up to watch it, and it was really great. I really enjoyed it, and then I grew up, went and started working and doing my whole thing, and it's just getting to see all the movies. Like watching Dragon Ball movies was not really common, at least for me. I wasn't able to like really go find them, and I wasn't really able to like go buy them. So like I'd always hear like whispers of like Tree of Might or the Broly movie and like all these different things. And then like when they brought it into canon, it was like so crazy. So I happened to be overseas when this movie came out, so I actually got to watch Broly on the release weekend in Japan. I think I must have been in Sasebo, so I got to watch, you know, the movie in the theater in Japanese. It was crazy. It was so much fun, and I actually ended up getting these guys. They're just like little pop characters from like the vending machine, but we ended up getting these in Sasebo when we watched the movie. And as you can see, we had the Super Saiyan God Goku there. It was pretty cool. So yeah, we'll get into this thing and we'll kind of see some of the finer points. So if you've never seen this movie, there's a lot of backstory here, right? Like this whole beginning part is all backstory. So you can see we got the Freezer Force or the King Cold Force, the Cold Force, and you can see all these like characters that you've seen before. Obviously, Frieza and his iconic like cube or whatever you want to call it, little hover machine. We're on Planet Vegeta. You can see all the different hairstyles that are really good. King Vegeta, right? And then you just see all these like um you see all these people, right? All these people from the Frieza saga that we kind of grew up with, got to see, and you're like, oh, here they are, right? So pretty cool. Interesting part here was the fact that Bardock doesn't have as crazy raspy of a voice as we thought he had before. And I would say he's a little bit kinder than we had originally thought. I think we all kind of thought he was a little bit more rough around the edges, but here you can see he's very like I think I like that they brought a lot of the pride of the Saiyans into Bardock as well, because Goku is so far removed from that, and yeah, Bardock is just like he's super knowledgeable, one of the stronger warriors, and just awesome. And then that with this, so I don't know if this is what they meant by this, but that reminded me of like the Golden or Ozaru, the Golden Ape. That's what I thought of when I saw that. So it's kind of like a nod. I felt like, and then specifically when we were in Japan, um, we're like watching this in full Japanese. There's no subtitles, nothing. Just listening to them talk, and we're all trying. It was me and a couple friends. We're trying to decipher what these guys were saying. Especially like you see Frieza, he's like does this, like he's like I'm trying to grow a full 5 centimeters, but in Japan he just does that, and we're like, they need five of something. Five of something's coming. Look at some of the good stuff. Iconic moment. What I would have loved to see in this moment, right? Very iconic. We've all seen this where Bardock dies. And I think it was in I can't remember if it was in the show or in a movie previously, but in this scene, in the past, I think, yeah, in the past, we've seen Bardock have that flash of the future, right? See his son in the future turning into a Super Saiyan and killing Frieza, and it was like he kind of got his, happiness from his sacrifice. And I would have loved to really see that in this movie. I think they really missed adding that part in. That would have been great. And then obviously, yeah. So differences here, if you haven't seen the Broly movie, the difference between the original Broly movie and this Broly movie is in the original, Broly escapes like in the nick of time with Paragus. Like Paragus shoots him off the planet just as it's blowing up, and it's like this almost like Goku you see in a second here, how Goku's like flying off to Earth. It was kind of like that for Broly. So this is one of my favorite scenes because I like to tell people when we watch this, when they watch the first time, I'm like, this is what it looked like when I met my wife. This is how we met. I'll let it play so we can watch it. Right here. This is the scene. Just saving people from bad guys. That's all we're doing. I saw a really funny video. I think it was, I don't know, maybe it wasn't a video. I think it was just like a meme. It was somebody saying like, Broly, is such a pure-hearted person that he knew that mistreating women, I won't use the SA word, right? But also, okay, I'll say assault on anybody is a bad thing, and he instantly wanted the smoke. And you can see in this scene how it goes.
Why don't you come sit with me, sweet thing? What do you say?
Get your filthy hands off me. I'm not interested.
You heard her, big guy. How about I buy you a drink?
See, this guy trying to be nice, right?
Come on, lady. I'm done asking.
Stand down, Broly.
Hey, what do you want? Got a problem with me?
I do.
Big mistake!
Yeah, you just run. Yeah, see, like, you hit that dude one time. Telling you, you hit a guy one time like that, stop hitting him. If you hit him in the chest and he doesn't move, stop it. This is just a life lesson for you. If you ever find yourself in an anime, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Easily one of the cleanest scenes in Dragon Ball Z. Like when they made this movie, seeing this in theater.
Kakarot, the two behind him are Saiyans. Huh? That's Vegeta. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
He looks just like the king.
Frieza!
Alright, there's some funny stuff, but we're gonna skip over this. This is where it gets real. It gets real.
Don't be ridiculous. This isn't my business.
He doesn't have anything to do with this. Come on, we're all Saiyans here. We should try to get along.
Shall we begin?
It would seem he can't wait to get a piece of them. Very well then. Show me how powerful this boy of yours really is.
It would be my pleasure. This is our chance, my son. Attack!
And like, man, this is a big moment for, like, yes, it's part of the story, but we like to, as fans, we like to read in on this stuff. Vegeta really just has grown so much as a character, right? Vegeta back in the day is some lower class Saiyan, perceived lower class Saiyan, rolls up on Vegeta, he's killing him instantly. He's instantly killing that dude. Now Vegeta's kind of, he's in that, like, he's a martial artist. He's maybe a little bit of flex on Frieza, like, you're not going to bring some Saiyans here, you know, I'm going to mess him up. But he didn't just instantly kill him, right? You'd think that Vegeta would just put this guy in the ground, and maybe he tried there, like, least lethal force to kind of put him in, but I don't know. It's pretty crazy, because one hit from Vegeta like that, I mean, you got to think all the way back. Like, even if we use Frieza level power levels, if you remember, right, Dragon Ball Z, power level 1 million. Frieza goes to form 4, right? With the power level of 1 million. Yeah, power level of 1 million. I mean, think about that. In their base forms, they are so much stronger than the average human being, let alone the average Saiyan. Paragus was at like 4,000 power level, which is a lot, right? 4,000 is a lot compared to what they were talking about back in Dragon Ball, like early Dragon Ball Z. like 4,000 is a pretty good number. The average human is like 5. I think it's actually like 2 or 3, but like a strong human, a really strong human, is in like the 5 to 10 range. I don't even think humans get to 10. So, I mean, it's insane to think about how strong these guys are. Vegeta just kicks this dude, and you're gonna see Vegeta. Yeah, we won't spoil anything if you haven't seen it. So here we go.
You're not half bad. This might end up being a pretty good warm-up.
And obviously they do some really cool, like, martial art effects here, where they showing you actually what's going on here.
He's fast. He must have studied how to use his power.
So Vegeta gets tired of this, right? And this is one of the most important scenes for me. It is one of the most impactful scenes, because I think it's a level of detail that people don't really appreciate when they first watch, right? Obviously they're appreciating the movie, they're loving the fighting, all that stuff, but it gets crazier here, and I really love the attention to detail that they put into this movie. Obviously Vegeta doesn't like getting hit. Here, watch this right here. Very specific. So watch the hands. As Vegeta gets stronger, he grips harder, and then you can see that Broly can't actually move. And I can't explain to you how fired up the entire theater was this scene. When they did this color transition, we lost it. Talk about a flex. That scene right there, that color transition of yellow, of green to yellow, it, like, people were screaming. That exact same reaction Paragus had, we had. People were losing their minds, freaking out. Like, nobody knew, because they had never done that before. They had never gone from black hair to green hair to yellow hair. It was always, you know, the black hair to the yellow hair, or the purple hair to the yellow hair. So seeing that green transition, it's a nod, right? It's a nod to the fact that these Saiyans are deriving their Super Saiyan power from a legendary, like, I don't know if it's bloodline, but it's a nod to Broly himself. But it's crazy. When we saw that, oh, it's crazy. All right, next part. Again, another very unique and crazy part, because we had never seen this in the animated series. Vegeta going Super Saiyan God had not been seen before, and it was nuts. Remember, this is after Tournament of Power, and I'm pretty sure Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God in Tournament of Power in the manga. How this didn't kill this man, I don't know. It's just tough. One of the tough things that was really hard for me in this was that while Broly powers up in this form, we don't really get to understand how massive he becomes. He goes from being, you know, a little bit bigger than Goku to being extremely big compared to Goku. I mean, like, that's the comparison. He gets huge. He like it's a Hulk transformation is what it is. Bruce Banner to Hulk. Broly to this you know, I don't even know what you would call it. Super Broly form? Super Saiyan Light? Now on to the insulting parts for Dragon Ball fans. So Goku's like, yep, my turn. Obviously Vegeta's had his fun. Vegeta's not tapped out yet, hasn't gone to blue, but we've given you God power, it's Goku's turn. This is Goku post Ultra Instinct Master, right? So obviously very strong in his base form, but also a little insulting to Vegeta, and you'll see why. This might just be me, okay? This was something significant to me. Okay, this part right here, very specifically, it meant something to me because you can see that Goku's eyes are black, right? And that's how everybody's eyes are, I think, except for Trunks and maybe a few other select characters, but the Saiyans all have that steady pupil. Even when they go Super Saiyan, they have the steady pupil. Vegeta, when he went Super Blue, right? When he went Super Saiyan Blue Mastered, he got the crazier, darker blue hair, but his pupils changed. That's what happened to Goku when he went into Ultra Instinct. His pupils changed. You got to act, well, I should say his irises changed because his pupils no longer matched his irises. They were different. And this is like the only other time I've seen it where Goku does that. So to me, it was, oh, is he tapping into some of that Ultra Instinct since he's not shifting from his base form? But, right? We'll see. Okay, so I kind of skipped over it there, but Goku and Broly fight in Goku's base form while Broly's all juiced up. That's when Vegeta was in his Super Saiyan God form. Now, Vegeta wasn't winded and he wasn't hurt, but he got punched by Broly pretty hard. He took a full-on Super Saiyan God hit and looked back and smiled. And then Goku's going to attack him in his base form. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. It doesn't make sense. The power level scaling doesn't make sense there. Broly's not letting up. Broly's not going to give Goku a chance to live. Broly wants to fight. He wants to hurt, right? He's kind of on like that Hulk rage. So he's power hungry, right? And he would have smashed Goku, but somehow Goku's able to withstand those blows, go toe to toe. Either Goku was on a completely different level than Vegeta, or something just doesn't add up here. So I didn't like that part of the movie and the way they portrayed that. We'll get back into it. Oh, yeah. If you didn't notice, the music in the movie matches the scene. And you'll see eventually there's a scene where Goku and Vegeta team up to fight Broly. And in that scene, like the song's like, go Broly, go, go. Go Broly, go, go. And like, it's cool. It's like cheering them on. And that's like the only English that we had in the movie when we were watching it in Japan. All right, this is one of like me and my friends, people in the theater, losing our minds at this scene. Goku catches the smoke. He's hurt, right? And you're like, how? This guy has a whole nother form. So scared / excited on this. If you haven't seen a lot of Dragon Ball, as Goku loses clothes, he becomes more powerful. Now that sounds kind of, he doesn't have to lose clothes to become more powerful, but throughout the series, as he loses clothes, he becomes more powerful. So if you see Goku with no shirt on, it's go time. It's the hardest fight you're gonna see in that specific series. So Goku doesn't have a shirt on, he's at max power. That's what you should take away from that. It's crazy. So we're seeing Goku has a shirt on, but he's taken his gi off, right? So now he's just in a shirt with his pants. So he's about to get charged up. So we see the green and the blue, and we're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then we see what looks like white. Woo. Just blue. Everyone thought he was going to go Ultra Instinct in this moment, and we were losing it. But it ended up being just blue, and that's all right. I'm sure as big-time fans, you guys already know this, but Goku actually bites every one of the major villains that he fights. He bit Frieza, he bit his brother, I'm pretty sure. He bit Vegeta, he bit Boo, he bit Broly, like he bites everyone. So, pretty funny. This was pretty cool, the mix of like the CGI into the normal anime. So this is a really good part just because it's a great nod, and they talk about it in the movie, so it's like I'm telling you anything crazy. But Frieza just rekindles, almost abuses the Saiyan pride and the ability for Saiyans to achieve Super Saiyan.
Do you think he's really finished this time?
I'm afraid so.
I'm not so sure.
It's your father! He was killed by a stray energy blast!
One of my favorite parts about this, and I'll talk about it after.
Yes, there it is! Show me your power!
One of my favorite parts about his transformation into Super Saiyan is the fact they really took him back down a little bit. They made him really vulnerable in that. I think they showed him. They took his hard features as an adult, as a rage monster, and broke him into like a kid almost again. So you can see his like adult face here. He's like, what is this guy talking about?
It's your father! He was killed by a stray energy blast!
He sees his dad die. He can't take it, right? Breaks him. But here, see how he's like an adult. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I feel like this scene, he kind of looks more like his kid self. Oh yeah. Like, it's just, like, he doesn't understand. Not that he's stupid. He's just not, Broly's never been taught to manage his emotions, to be an adult, right? He's just have to fight for his life the whole time. Him and his father, right? So very low human contact or person contact. And he's just confused. He's angry. He's just a pissed off person. I think a lot of people can relate to that, but you can see how Broly takes it, and he goes into a crazy, I'm going to kill everything and everybody rage, which is probably not for the best for anybody. And then full breakdown, right? Full break. Of course, the nod back to the Super Saiyan movies, the Broly movies of old. So we see Goku and Vegeta team up again. This is pretty cool.
It's pretty obvious you're not going to defeat him by yourself.
Notice Goku's shirt's all the way
I
off.
think you're right. Let's go, Vegeta. I'm way ahead of you.
Can you spot the mistake? Can you spot the mistake by the creators? Put it in the comments. For those of you that got it right, yes, Gallic Gun is Vegeta's signature move, but it's purple, not yellow. His Final Flash or his Big Bang attack are the ones that are yellow. So, oops. Of course, Broly just smashes through that wild. So here we're gonna get into what happens next, and that's Goku has to, takes Vegeta via instant transmission to go see Piccolo, and they have to do the fusion dance. And again, if you've never seen some of the other movies, right? This is the, is it the Janemba? I'm pretty sure it's the Janemba movie. Yeah, it is the Janemba film. They turn into Gogeta, right? Which is they're trying to come up with now. And during that movie is where they had these mess ups. They become the fat Gogeta, then they become the skinny Gogeta, and then they become the actual Gogeta. Which, by the way, means that Frieza, because the fusions last for 30 minutes at a time, Frieza fought Broly for an hour. A whole hour. By himself as Golden Frieza. Which is, yeah, he's taken some hits here, but Goku and Vegeta weren't fighting Broly for no hour. They didn't even fight it for half an hour because the fight ends before the half an hour's up. That's successful fusion.
Oh my. Don't worry. We'll handle this from now on, Whis.
Well, would you look at that? Seems you two can work together.
That's a throwback to, excuse me, the Frieza movie, right? Resurrection F, when Beerus and Whis were saying, if they just teamed up, no one could beat them. This is kind of a nod to that. So Whis is saying, oh, looks like you guys can work together.
He did the fusion thing!
Go.
Go!
All right, so I've shown you a lot of this movie already, and for fear of copyright infringement, but for two, just not wanting to spoil it for you guys, I'm gonna skip ahead to a couple different scenes here to show you some cool stuff, but then you can, go watch the rest of the movie for yourself because it's pretty cool. Nasty kick. So the reason why that attack is so special is because that is the exact move that Gogeta used to defeat Janemba. Yep. So and that's called the Stardust Breaker Rush. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome move. But it doesn't defeat him, which is even more insane, and just shows how strong Broly really is. Obviously, there's some use to the Dragon Balls, which we're not going to show because I want you to be surprised. And then we just see Gogeta put on a clinic. So if you're interested to see how this movie ends, I recommend you go out and watch it. Go get it. I don't want to spoil the ending for you or show you who wins between Broly and Gogeta, but it is a great ending with a great fight. I just really appreciate everybody stopping by and watching and, you know, enjoying this movie with me a little bit. I plan to do a lot more Dragon Ball stuff in the future, and I hope you guys will stick around for it. If there's something else you'd like to know, hear about, get a breakdown on, I'd be happy to show you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time.